Trinidad and Tobago is a true melting pot of cultures. Out of this pot, our unique flavors come to life. I'm Renee, and here on Simply Local, we cook some of our favorite local recipes or put a Trini spin on international cuisine. So join me on Simply Local as we celebrate food from a Trinbagonian's perspective. So today, we're going back to my childhood memories. Long ago, there was something called a bread van, and a bread van used to pass through your neighborhood and they'd bring cake, pastries, you name it. But it used to bring this cookie. And I don't know if it's a South thing or a North thing, but I used to call it milk cookie. Apparently people in town, not calling names, it's called biscuit cake. So whether you call it biscuit cake or milk cookie, I'm going to show you today how to make it. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm really excited for this recipe because I haven't had it in a really long time. And it's a simple standard cookie recipe, mixing it wet with the dry. Right, so to begin, I have some melted butter here. I have a half a cup of melted butter and it's still warm. So right now I'm going to add the sugar to it. So as the butter is still warm, it's going to dissolve the sugar a little bit, right? And I'm going to add our trusted cuisine milk. We have our cuisine full cream milk. I wanted to make a big batch of cookies because, like I said, it's something that I miss. And I really wanted to be able to not just have one, but two. Right, so we're just adding 1 1/4 cup. Good. So now we mix this together. And then we're going to start on the dry ingredients. So we're going to take 4 cups. And I have 4 cups from our brand cuisine, right, or all-purpose flour. What I love about biscuit cake or, well, milk cookies, right, it says it is in name. It's partly a cookie or biscuit, but the texture is of a cake because it's nice and it has this soft texture to it. I loved it. And I think it was like $1 when I was growing up. I don't know how much it is now. It's probably like $5, but it was $1. Could you imagine? For me, $1 back in the day, I guess it was something when your parents give you $1. I don't know. That was a while ago, guys. But I remember it being $1 and it was like the best dollar I ever spent, other than Dollar Lolly, because I love Dollar Lolly. Right, but it was $1 and I remember it, and I'm so happy to be making it today. Next, I'm adding baking powder. I have baking soda, 1 teaspoon each, and I have salt, right? And don't worry, as usual, all the measurements will be up on the website, okay? And this wasn't in it, but I like spices, so I felt as though that I wanted to add this to it. So it's a nutmeg. I'm just gonna add some nutmeg. Like I said, it's not a typical thing you would get into the milk cookie or biscuit cake, but I felt as though I just wanted to add a little bit of me in it. So I'm just adding it. Or if you don't want this just a sweet cookie, you could actually make this savory. I think if you have some rosemary in this, it might be interesting. So if you guys try this, you could let me know. Yeah. So next, you're just gonna mix all the dry ingredients together. And we're halfway there, guys. Don't worry. It really is simple. Right. So we've mixed everything together. And next, you're going to mix it wet into the dry. So I'm just going to mix this. I'm using the spatula first, just so my hands don't get that messy. And then I'll use my hands. We're going to need it. I promise you guys, next season, it won't be so much flour. I don't know how we had so much flour this season. I guess it's just things I love. I'm a flour baby, to be honest. I mixed it in the bowl, and now I'm going to transfer it to my work surface. And I'm just going to add some flour to the work surface, and we're going to knead it. Not long, just about 2 or 3 minutes, just to make sure everything was fully incorporated, right? And you're going to get this nice soft dough. As you can see, it's really, really soft, right? So we have this nice soft dough. Just going to bring everything together. Take your time, be gentle with it, right? Just like I said, just about 2 minutes. And then we're going to roll it out and we're going to cut it. So I remember that the cookie used to be a thick cookie, right? And it used to be a big cookie. For me, it was big. So I didn't really have a cutter that was that size, right? So I'm going to use this enamel cup and I'm going to cut it, right? So we're making sure to roll it out at least 2 inches thick. Like I said, it was a really nice thick cookie for me, right? So around this size looks good. And I'm going to use the enamel cup. I'm going to dust the enamel cup with some flour and we're going to cut it up. Alright guys, so I have all my cookies cut out here. Now this is the fun part for me, because when I was younger, biscuit cake or milk cookie, it didn't have any frosting or any icing. It was just plain sugar, and that was the best part. It was loaded with sugar, right? So to put on the sugar and to help it stick, I'm just going to use some of our Cuisine full cream milk. And like I said, if you don't want to use the full cream, feel free to use the Cuisine evaporated or even the low fat. So I'm just going to take my brush here. I'm just going to brush on some of the milk onto the biscuit itself. And next, fun part, just put the sugar. So I'm using granulated sugar here, right? And you're just going to put granulated sugar. Go crazy. Trust me, it's worth it. Just going to put granulated sugar on top of all the cookies, right? So these cookies are not cookies to get golden brown. They're typically white, so they stay the shape that it has and it's white, right? So now we're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, right? So we're going to put it in now and we'll get back to the cookies. So the biscuit cakes are out to the oven, and I must say it really does bring back childhood memories because it looks the same. I know some people like it thin, while some people like me like it thick. I remember it being this thick, fluffy biscuit, right? So if you just touch it, you'll see how soft it is, right? So like I said, it has the appearance of a biscuit or a cookie, but the texture of a cake, right? So I'm gonna break it and show you. If right now all you're feeling is really, really soft, right? So you're gonna break it. It's not gonna have this snap, a hard snap like a cookie. It's more gonna be like a cake, and inside is gonna be fluffy and nice. You see that? That's what we're looking for. And throughout I can see the little sprinkles of nutmeg that we put in before. Okay. Let's just taste it now. I'm gonna break off a piece. Just like I remembered. I think I really loved it because, I don't know, maybe as a child all this sugar attracted me. And like my producer was reminding me, it's just something that would fully, you know, and it was $1. So it was one of the cheapest things, and you can't go wrong with the sugar. Tastes good though. Alright guys, so as always, the full recipe is on eatahfoodtt.com, or you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below what you call it. I call it milk cookies. Some people call it biscuit cake. Let me know what you guys call it. Until next time guys, bye!